platform for insightful discussions on the issues shaping our society. My name is SHARON MANDOR.
Good morning. Nice to have you on Melting Point. I am Enquiry, Enquiry.
Welcome. Okay, so today, as the curtains draw on the year 2024, we take a reflective journey through the events that define the past 12 months. Now, from political shifts to economic milestones, social movements, and global affairs, we'll analyze the highlights, dissect the low points, and uncover the lessons for a better tomorrow. Now, joining us in the studio is a seasoned public affairs analyst, Otuekong Donald Okara. Good morning to you, Otuekong. He'll be bringing a wealth of knowledge and expertise to our conversation. So, good morning, Otuekong. Welcome.
Yeah, good morning, SHARON MANDOR, our queen of the airwaves, and good morning, Oselo himself.
That's right.
And I just want to remind every other person that Jesus is the go-to platform for your destiny.
You soon start paying for airtime.
Yes. No, I won't mind paying for the sake of Jesus. I'll do that.
The evangelism.
Leave this melting point alone, please.
Yeah.
We're talking about what were the most significant political developments in 2024 for you? How do they really reflect?
In Nigeria?
Yes, on the state of governance in Nigeria.
I think there are several issues. You see, Nigeria is a nation of 1 week, one drama, and we had a lot from the judiciary. We had a lot from the economy. We had a lot from security angle. From the judiciary, a notable event was the situation in Rivers State, for example, and the CJN who came on board this same year, and she made a very powerful pronunciation that she's going to fight corruption in the judiciary. She's going to, that gone are the days when we'll have the challenges, conflicting judgment that we have seen over the years in Nigeria. But on a very serious note, we have not seen any improvement on that. Some other events, like in the economy, we have seen indices, fluctuating indices, and indices that does not reflect reality. And on security note, on the security.
Sorry, Otuekong, let me take you back. You said something about no improvement on that, but I'm talking about the conflicting judgment. Some of the judges that actually make conflicting judgment, the list of the names were called upon, they were released, and investigations and interrogations had started. I don't know, we've not gotten updates on that, but that was the last that we heard. Wouldn't you say that that's a step towards the right direction on the path of the Chief Justice of Nigeria?
Well, you see, until we see the final decision made on those judges, I will say it's two for a penny, like people say, because we have seen situations like this. We have even seen a senator who was jailed, released, and is back in the Senate with a criminal record. He was pardoned for taking money that was not his own, duly jailed. So until we see the end of whatever thing is happening, because we have seen situations in Nigeria where after some time, after attention, because it is very easy for an average Nigerian's attention to be taken away from certain important issues, because we have so many serious things happening day in, day out. So when our attention is diverted, the next thing you see those guys walking back in the street. So I will not take whatever they have started doing seriously. And we have seen the judiciary, the way a court that was not supposed to sit on a particular case, that is the case of Farutimi. These are laws that have been that are outdated, the defamation something, even in Ekiti State, the law is no more, it was removed. And in Lagos State, the same thing. And that same law, an outdated law, is now being used to try a lawyer, and even the way and manner the man was arrested. I have an experience like that, where we had to bring some policemen from the forces headquarters. We followed the due process to get the things done, and this one we didn't see that due process being followed, and the judge or the magistrate didn't say, look, where we are going, what you did was wrong, release this man, let him go and follow due process. Nothing like that happened. So on the issue of security, we have seen the the emergence of a new security outfit, a new terrorist group called Lakarawa. And this Lakarawa, like you know, recently there has been an expose by the present head of state of Niger Republic, who has pointed fingers at the Nigerian government as being the people working with France to bankroll this terrorist group. You know, so
the federal government actually debunked that.
Well, yeah, I mean, this is a head of state to a government to a government. So, and again, when you look at the way Nigerian government, behaves when it comes to issues of security, and you look at the Nigerian government behave when it comes to issue of security, I seem to pitch my tent with the Nigerian government, because they have been more sincere and more purposeful in fighting insecurity in their country, and that intel has always been spot on. So I believe that they are more sincere in giving us whatever is happening in terms of insecurity in the northern fringes of this country. You know, now you have serious tension between Nigeria and the border towns, because certainly you don't know the difference between these two nations when you come to the border. The Nigerian, the houses there and their houses, and like you well know, even a town like Maradi, which is about 50 kilometers from the Nigerian border, is under the Daura Emirate, where our former president is from. That is why the former president was trying to borrow money from China to build a railway from Kano to that Maradi in Niger Republic. And when he was asked, why are you doing this, he said his relatives are there. You know, it was quite gross for him to make such a statement. But that is what we are seeing. So even though these people are kings, you know, it is a challenge right now in terms of insecurity. Nigerians are being deported from Niger Republic, those who were doing things, and the border town, which is a very government, has even accused a Nigerian government of allowing France to have a base in what do you call it, in I think Borno State as we speak. And again, because why I believe in them is that they have been spot on in identifying what France is doing in the northern region of West Africa. They accused the Nigerian government, Mali and Burkina Faso accused France of opening bases in Nigeria, in I think Benin Republic and Cote d'Ivoire. And the purpose of those bases are just to be used to destabilize their country. Came out with even a video of how a base in Cote d'Ivoire was being constructed, and there were some Frenchmen there with arms and ammunition. The pictures are there. So I seem to pitch my tent with the statement of the Nigerian head of state, Abdurrahman Chani, you know, that this is what is happening. And when you see these intractable challenges we are having with insecurity in the northern fringes of this country, I seem to believe in what they're saying, that France is funding insecurity in the northern fringes of Nigeria.
But for such a really strong allegation, there should be some evidence to back things up. What we heard from the Nigerian government was just a statement. We didn't get any form of evidence. It was just an accusation.
Yes, I think.
And if you're going to stand by them, you would also have evidence.
Certainly, but I have to depend, because the man came up. It's not a secret. I'm not the one coming out. I didn't even know something like this was going on. But the man came up to say this is what France is actually doing. And in recent times, we saw the hosting of our president. They gave him a royal treatment in France. And not just that. Let us remember that France is coming into Nigeria a lot more. Know that in the Sahel region of West Africa, that they are being sent out. They had bases. Right now, they are leaving Chad. The first base has closed. There are 2 other bases, and they are going to be closed in the next week. You know, we saw videos of those things. And since we had videos of these bases in other countries being shown by these 3 nations, I do believe that they have a lot to give to the world about what is going on in this region. So we don't need to close our eyes and turn our back and depend on what our government says. A government that we up to today has not been able to successfully fight insecurity. While when you look at these other nations, they are succeeding in fighting insecurity. In fact, as of the time some of them took over, about 60% of their landmass was being controlled by insurgents. And they have always been pointing fingers to one thing, that France is behind the insecurity in their nation. Why are they doing that? And we know this is the track record of Western nations. This is what they do. They are doing this so that they can have access to the minerals in their country right now as we speak, because Niger has thrown out France from its nation. France has stopped, has checked Niger from selling uranium to nations. France was making 52 billion euros a year while giving Niger just 800 euros. Electricity in France was being powered by uranium from Niger Republic, but yet again Niger didn't have electricity until France left. So the truth is that
I guess Nigeria is also sending.
Yes, Nigeria, based on what France wanted, Nigeria cut off electricity supply to Niger. And when they cut off electricity supply,
why would you blame it on France when it was an ECOWAS decision?
It wasn't an ECOWAS decision. That is what you see.
He did it as the chairman of ECOWAS. It wasn't a thing of France.
Well, unless you don't understand international politics. But on international politics, this is what is happening. France has been pushing for these nations to take decisions that would favor its businesses. And right now, as you know, because they are living under multi-dimensional poverty, before you can say you're doing well today, you should be earning not a minimum of 10 million, between 5 and 10 million in a month. And how many Nigerians can afford that? Less than 3% of Nigerian population are in that category. Look, let me just show you a data. So say what our leadership is doing in Nigeria is simply to keep on farming indices, economic indices of this is what is happening. But right now, reality is this.